Hi guys, it's Zion here. Happy 2017. I'm going to talk to you about an episode that I had back in December. I didn't realise that I was heading towards mental crash, mental breakdown, whatever you want to call it. But now, in hindsight, I think it started back in October. I was spiralling basically from October. My mood had changed. I became extremely impatient, intolerant, and at the time I just thought I was having my period or something. But it got worse and worse and worse, and unfortunately, it got to a point where, for the third time in my life, which I guess isn't too bad going, I felt suicidal, and I didn't realise how bad I was until I was driving home from an antique fair one day, just one Sunday afternoon, and I just burst into tears, like uncontrollable blubbing from out of nowhere, and I had to pull over and just let it all out. And I didn't even know it was there. I mean, I knew I was unhappy. I knew that my brain wasn't right, but well, like I say, these things happen. Um, it was bleak. It wasn't much fun. I don't know what started it, what the cause was. There's been no bad events in my life or anything like that. You know, no major changes. Haven't lost anyone or any bad tragedies. It's just one of those things, I guess, that, you know, if we could explain it, we'd all be fucking millionaires, wouldn't we, fixing it? Um, I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to do Christmas, like go down south and see my family. Something that I love my family, so it's not something that would be a chore. But I couldn't face the thought of sitting amongst all of the cheeriness being, you know, this dark, thunderous cloud in the middle of it all, bringing everyone down. You know, I didn't think that they would want me there like that. Obviously, that's not the case. But you know, when you're in the thick of it, you know as well as me that, you know, nothing quite makes sense in there. Um, I upped my medication on Vicky's insistence, and we went on the lookout for even more supplementation to try and ease things. And I found some stuff that I can't remember what it's called. It's got such a long, stupid name. Phosphor something serine. If you put serine and the word phos in front of it, you'll probably find it. But basically, it helps to reduce your cortisol levels, your stress levels. So I found that very helpful. I also got some ginkgo biloba and just, you know, the kind of, basically I just filled myself full of every fucking supplement that I could find that is supposed to make you feel a bit better. Um, I think that the big blub attack that I had was the beginning of the end of it. It had built up to that point because thankfully, well, I guess a combination of that and upping the meds and maybe the supplementation and facing it, just facing it, meant that I was a lot better very quickly. And since then, I am implementing more changes in my life to try and cope better, and not so much cope better day to day, because day to day generally I'm okay, but to cope better when the shit hits the fan. To try and recognize it earlier. I can't. Looking back, it's so fucking stupid. I should have seen it. You know, you'd think by now I would have all of the fucking answers and I would know, but no, didn't see it coming. All the way through October, November, 2 months, 2 fucking months I had, but didn't see it coming. And I, I mean, it's so bizarre. It is so bizarre. If you have never felt suicidal, and I really hope that you haven't, but if you've never felt suicidal, then right now you are thinking exactly what I'm thinking, which is how can anyone feel like that? Why would you want to get rid of yourself? But all I can tell you is that when you are in it, it seems the most logical solution to all of your problems. You can just make them go away. It's so bizarre because it's the last thing that I want to do. It's the last thing that me, as a normal sentient person, would want to do. But in those moments, it just seems like the most logical solution and the best thing to do. I was thinking, right, I need to sort out a will. I need to make sure that Vicky gets all my stuff because we're not married, so it wouldn't automatically go to her. You know, I was thinking about, oh, what could I put in there to leave to my brother, just as a little keepsake, and just thinking all of those things and just doing it with such a calm head. That's the bit that scares me. When I felt like it before, when maybe I drank, so I was in that kind of heady, alcohol fueled headspace, you can kind of understand why you might get to that point because you're not thinking straight. And obviously, if you're feeling suicidal, you're not thinking straight, but you kind of are thinking straight because there's no outside influence that is causing you to have these bizarre thoughts. And it all just seems perfectly logical, perfectly sound, and there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't do it apart from the fact that it might upset a few people. I spent an afternoon Googling nicest pain-free ways to die because I thought, well, I don't want to be here, but I don't want to have like a horrible ending. I don't want to have my head splattered all over the ceiling or anything. Well, not that I've got a gun, but I just didn't, I just liked the idea of just taking something, going to sleep, that's it, game over. And when you're spending an afternoon on the run up to Christmas Googling nicest way to die or pain free way to die, that should be a warning. Um, anyway, positive, positive, positive. So I'm feeling much better now. I am putting things in place to try and cope with any future events. I've become a bit of a workaholic over the years. I need to cut that down. I need to give myself a little bit of time to do stuff for myself. Yeah, I love reading, so I'm going to read more. Like, I don't read fiction. I tend to only read things that educate or enlighten, expand knowledge, expand my brain. But I still don't do enough of it, so I'm going to do more of that. I finished my book, which it's being sorted out at the moment, so that will come out in a couple of months, and I'll fucking be on here go, buy my book, buy my book. And I'm going to try and do more stuff that I enjoy, because I tend not to do that. I tend to deny myself things. I tend to punish myself. That's another thing as well. I'm going to try and stop talking down to myself. If I do something, if I fuck up, I tend to turn around and say, you fucking idiot. Talking to myself, you fucking idiot. I wouldn't talk to anyone else like that. If Vicky fucks up, I don't say, you're a fucking idiot. You burnt the toast. Whereas if that's what I do. I talk to myself in that down, negative, shitty way. So I've got to try and stop doing that. I'm going to try and do more things that I enjoy doing. I'm going to try and say yes more. Not only is it a wonderful positive word, but who knows what experiences I might get from it. And do you know what? And I've not been doing it that long, but I've been doing things like the horses are outside. I've been going and engaging with the horses. I've been engaging with the ducks. I've been engaging with the animals more. I've been engaging with Vicky more. We've been sitting down and just reading at a table together. And it's like, wow, we never do this because I'm normally working. She's normally working. And the days are going much slower, which is really good because you don't want days to go fast because, that's your life. And I guess because I'm breaking those days up into smaller chunks of doing good stuff. Anyway, so I just wanted to get that out there, I guess. get it off my chest, tell you why I've not been on this thing for anyone that might give a fuck. Or hopefully, I guess what I'm really hoping is that this will reach people and it might help them see that, you know, even from the worst moments, even from those really, really, really dark moments, just go moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. That's all you've got to do. Don't do anything now. Don't do anything now. Don't do anything now. And eventually you'll get out of it. And just try and find more stuff that you like doing. If you're if you're one of these people that's on Facebook and you see things that other people have and you covet them, or you see these wonderful lives that people pretend they have and you think, I want some of that, my life's shit and all of that bollocks, get your fucking self off Facebook. And if you've got any motherfucking cunts that just give you shit, if you post up a picture of yourself thinking, I look quite nice, I'm going to post a picture of myself up, and people go, oh, you look fat, you look ugly or whatever, fucking tell them to fuck off, block them, get off Facebook. I tell you what, the facts, we're social animals, we are social people, so that is why Facebook works, because we all want to connect. But the thing is, we are social animals, social people, face to face. That's where it works, that's where we want it to work, because language between human beings is not just a spoken word. It's body language as well, it's intonation, it's tone, it's timbre, all of those things connect with the human being that you're speaking to. There's so many unspoken things that go on within a conversation. So you might be talking to someone and they're talking to you and you understand that what you're saying might be jokey or whatever, but online you see the words and you interpret them in whatever way you see fit. If you're in a shit mood, you'll see what somebody's put and it might be a perfectly harmless comment, but you'll interpret it negatively and it will make you feel shit. That is why people are supposed to be social animals face to face together. So be sociable, but be sociable with people together. Don't be sociable on like gaming things with people around the world where you are literally fucking trying to kill each other and probably shouting at each other and then you go away feeling a bit shit about yourself. Well, it's no fucking wonder. So get outside, look at stuff, explore nature. Who fucking knew that nature was actually quite interesting and quite good? I certainly didn't. I grew up in a big town in the southeast, which is a crowded part of England, and lived amongst noise and bustle. And yeah, there'd be greenery, but you don't pay it much attention. I didn't feel that I was part of society. I don't feel as though I'm part of society. I'm not part of society. I'm part of the world. I'm part of the planet. We all are. But I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like I was part of nature. But moving up here, in the middle of fucking nowhere, you cannot escape nature. It's in front of you and it's big. It's in IMAX everywhere. And you see the changes. You see how the animals and the plants and everything react, and you realise that you are actually part of that. Like it or not, we're humans, so we've got this big fucking ego that thinks that we're better than, you know, giraffes and monkeys and hedgehogs and squirrels and stuff. But, you know, okay, we might be a bit more intelligent and we managed to invent a car or two, but we are part of the same thing that they are. But we've kind of taken ourselves away from it. And it's so bizarre when you look at what human beings have. I was saying to Vicky the other day, cars, how fucking mental are cars? At some point a caveman invented a wheel because he thought that'd be a good idea to get stuff around. That wheel has become a car, and it could have become anything. It's just a series of little events, and that's how human beings have manifested themselves on this planet, as a series of little events that we've just built upon it, and we've built societies, and we've made aeroplanes, and we've done all this mad, crazy fucking shit. But it's all probably stuff that we weren't meant to do. We're probably just meant to go around like bashing each other on the head with clubs and eating dinosaurs and all of that good caveman stuff. Wow, that's some digression that I'm on there. What point am I trying to make? The point I'm trying to make is that I think that we all need to connect with each other and with our surroundings. Unfortunately, our surroundings tend to be mostly built up high-rise surroundings, and I don't think that's good for human beings. So when you can get out of that and find some green space and some open space and see how big the sky is, and just become a bit more one with it all. I think I'm on a spiritual journey. Quite deliberately, I'm going on a spiritual journey just to try and philosophize a bit more about life. Now, you know, I'm not religious. I don't believe in an afterlife. I don't believe in a God. So when I say spiritual journey, I'm not talking about fucking God, reincarnation, nothing religious, nothing spooky, not ghosts, not any of that sort of thing. Just a bit of mind expansion and just trying to ascertain where I fit in with all of you and where you fit in with me and where we all fit in with each other, and how all of that makes this big ball that we're on spin around. I don't off go on sometimes. I'm going to shut the fuck up now. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, maybe share it with people that might find it helpful, and if you haven't done, subscribe, and I'm going to try and post a bit more often, but I'm not going to nail myself to this fucking thing like I did last year, because for a start, not enough of you motherfuckers watched it. But secondly, I want to come here when I've got something to say, not just, hey, well, I don't know. Sometimes some of the videos I did were just bullshit, weren't they? And that's fair enough. But when I've got something to say, I'll go come here, I'll go fucking say it. If I've got something to show you, then I'll come on here and I'll fucking show you. And Vicky's going to be doing horse stuff because she's, you know, getting well into that. Shut the fuck up, Xeon. I will see you again next time. Ta-ta! Were you born depressed through some sort of chemical imbalance, or was it a series of events that basically turned you into a depressed person? I think for me, and for a lot of people, I would have thought, it is a combination of both.